What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
Ooh, what a hand. Do I even Gemstone Caverns here? I don't think I do. Not this hand. Second Emrakul. Can we pitch second Rebirth for Caverns? No, we need that for the Grief. That's kind of awkward to leave them with the Feign Deaths if I'm planning on blocking Ragavan. I could just block Ragavan for a turn, right? Let them Feign Death. Buy some time till I can get a cookbook and play. Yeah, I didn't see that Caleb was playing. Oh, they hit Grief. Oh my gosh. How they get to evoke it and scam it. Tough. Yeah, this monkey, huh? Wait, no! Oh, fuck! I always forget this! I always forget it works like this! Let's go! I forgot it works like this! Let's go! So did my opponent! Oh, this happens so rarely. I totally forgot. And we drew Urza Saga! Wow! What a fucking swing! Scammer gets scammed. PT testing. Yeah, this was my grief. This was my grief, so they undyed it, and it just came back to my hand to play for me. I totally forgot it works like this. It's been so long since this has happened. Good play testing. Forgot. Forgoat. So if I didn't have the Dothy Voidwalker, I would probably want to suspend Profane Tutor, maybe? Nah, just kidding. Do not register Master Transmuter in Modern. Never do that, I think. For more. Should we play Gemstone Caverns and Mono Black No Coffers? Probably not. Just more fields there. How's my opponent getting out of this? I guess they can have, removal spell. Oh, they're just dead. Because we get Cookbook, and then we have 2 4-power creatures that can only block the construct. I guess they're just dead to the Greaves. Just dead and played to the Greaves because of the Menace, actually. Probably cut the Urborg against them. Can help them out sometimes. For the extra Gemstone Caverns on the draw. And then their Graveyard Hate is mostly Dothy Voidwalker and Leyline of the Void. If this is open decklist, I know exactly what I need to play against, but I guess we want the first Spellbomb against them too. I'm going to bring in the first Haywire Mite as a Leyline hedge. Can only kill Blood Moon if you float mana in response. Then I think I also want the extra Bone Shards. And then what are we cutting? Probably just -2 Thoughtseize. Seems fine. Or just one of the ring. So we had 4 in in an earlier draft, but it's either you play more rings or in more lands, or you can have a lower curve and you just need 1 ring. Why ring is really good as a 1-of here is Profane Tutor comes off suspend on turn 4, and so the ring is going to be a really good Profane Tutor target in those games. But I had a hard time fitting the extra copies in, and feel like the deck looked better than this. And this is just maybe not an archetype that wants the curve to be super high. We also maybe need to rebuild the sideboard a little bit. I don't want to play Chalice of the Void because we're an Asmo deck. We could have and then we have 1 Orvar. We should probably have the first Necromentia as a Profane Tutor target too. Yeah, this is a deck that can try to combo on 2 lands. Turn 2 Monkey. No second land. I really want to Profane Tutor this turn. Does not appear like I'm going to get that option. So I think I'm just going to discard Profane Tutor, since I'm not tutoring this turn. Cast Asmo with Malakir Rebirth up. Do I want to have Malakir Rebirth up for Asmo, or do I want to? I think I'd rather have Malakir Rebirth up than like play second cookbook, be able to kill Ragavan in response to removal spell. Yeah, this is like the first time I've like felt like, you know, pretty confident that one copy of the ring is good. But again, it's mostly just a tutor target here. Like, you don't want the ring in decks with like that one low curve usually, and this is I think one of those decks. But because you're playing Profane Tutor comes down turn 4, the ring should be a really good tutor target, and those like land heavy hands, those games where you need to stabilize for a turn or two. So I guess it's pretty bad to Malakir Rebirth my Asmo and have them just undying here. That being said, I still get another cookbook. I get the extra card I can discard the cookbook to the Bone Shards if I need to. There's also like a reasonable chance they just don't have an undying card and they miss their land drop and they're trying to get in with Ragavan. It's kind of a free roll too, because like I can either discard this to the Bone Shards or I can discard this to the Bone Shards. I was thinking of removing Coco for the Ring and Bant Ephemerate. Any thoughts? Yeah, I mean, you could be on like the Cosmic Rebirth build with that. I have not come very close to finding like a build with that plan that looks particularly good to me, but I haven't found one that looks particularly bad either, I guess. Let's discard the Grief. Just gotta get a big old construct going. If they have a Blood Moon or Hidetsugu consumes all, we can lose also, that's fine. Could be good to maybe hold a cookbook for like top deck Asmo. But yeah, if they just like could have a Thoughtseize or hit a Thoughtseize too. They could just discard, make a food. I don't know. Headed to a 1K this weekend. Aside from binding, what's the best way to deal with rings? This question has happened a lot today. What is the best way to deal with rings? It's just going to be different for any deck that you're choosing to play, you know? Like, I've had the most success dealing with rings playing, like, the mono-black deck with Shieldreds and Bowmasters and your own rings. But it just don't necessarily make a deck decision based on, like, you being good at, like, dealing with the ring, I guess. Yeah, does anybody have a link to Nassif's build of mono-black? I would like to take a look. Okay, it's taking 4. If I draw a land, we're going to have an interesting choice between token and ring. Being Splinter is too cute? Of course, I would never register Splinter for opposing copies of the ring. Second push. Well, they kept a pretty good one-lander, huh? I can Goryo's my Asmo next turn. See what happens. Maybe I'll take the ring. Snap took the Goryos. This isn't Goryo's. I know this is just like the Coffer's stock deck. Like, I thought there was you said Nassif had an Asmo, had a mono black Goryos, or are we just talking just random mono black list? Ooh, Swamp Walk, huh? Do we ever want Shadow Spear? I mean, I don't think you want it often enough to main deck it. I don't think you want to sideboard it either. 3 rejection mean reasonable sideboard for your blue deck. What is your blue deck? What type of blue deck? It depends on what blue deck too. But there's a good chance you just want a null instead of rejection. Okay, I see. The extra tutor targets are interesting. Okay, so if I draw exactly Asmo, I think I can survive. 21 land. But not playing the 4 drops. 4 Ovalchase, 1 Manufactor, 4 Bowmaster main. Oh, I forgot to bring in my Bowmasters. Scaming Grief is pretty good against them, but maybe I'm just going to be on, like, 4 Thoughtseize instead. We didn't see a Leyland that game either. Try something like this. Maybe more so on Bowmaster for like the Murktide matchups. I want to try it against Scam too. Okay, on the play. Okay, turn 1 Asmo. Rolls a 6. Is it better to play Spellbomb turn 1 though? Yeah, I think it's actually better to play Spellbomb turn 1. Why only 1 ring? It's just like we don't have enough lands to play more than 1, and you could build a deck with more lands, and I think it's like a bit worse. I think it's better to have a lower curve. But the first copy of ring is like seems really really good in any Profane Tutor deck, where you're just like, hold on, is the stream? Okay. In a Profane Tutor deck where Profane Tutor comes down turn 4, and if you're missing like combo pieces, need to stabilize, need to get ahead, the ring is like really good tutor target. I've been giving up on Invasion of Alara. I mean, I'm just not going to register that card at the Pro Tour, I think. Yeah, Orvar against Archon of Cruelty decks, most specifically Creativity. Yeah, we found the list, thank you, though. Did I try to brew with Call of the Ring? No, I mean, that card it doesn't seem very good to me, but I could be wrong. Was it not worth playing out that game by going to 1 life? No, I don't think so. I don't think we had like any realistic series of draws that resulted in us winning the game. Ring with Time Walks be playable. I really have no idea why people maybe just like the Time Walk deck, but I don't get why people are so obsessed with the ring with Time Walks. It just doesn't seem like any. It seems like nonsense. Like the life loss is like more real there than any other shell. Your curve is so high. You want the ring to be top of your curve. You're good against no deck in the metagame. Just not a Pro Tour deck, I guess. We had 3 lands, could have gone to 1, draw land and cast a ring. Then what? They have a Bowmasters in play. I can't tap the ring. It's just a fog, and I still have no outs. Down to 15. So they have Fury, Bowmasters in hand. It's a really good draw. If they go Bowmaster, ping, double block, we just kill the Bowmaster. What are my thoughts on Bowmaster? Card is incredible. Is Bowmaster a new mental misstep where you have to play it to counter opponent's Bowmaster? Nope. There will like the whole mental misstep thing was so 0 mana spells are just so like incomparable to anything else. I don't feel like Bowmaster to answer opponent's Bowmasters is like a very good or very accurate way to think about it. Consider bringing an Oracle Spoils Grace deck. Not really. I would probably play like Fate Stitcher Mesmeric Orb combo instead. Although maybe that would be fine. Fury Mystery card over there. What led to my lower evaluation of Bowmaster? You can watch my YouTube video, I guess, but you never really know how good a card is until you play with it, and I hadn't played with the card. I did. Yeah, I guess I talked, but I'm saying I talked about my thoughts then. A different person now. I don't know. Like, what do you want me to say? I underevaluated it, and now after playing with it, it's a lot better. And I even like say in that video, I'm like I just don't think it's good enough to like main deck in a format with Dauthi Voidwalker. I think that it's like not as good of a main deck 2-mana black threat as Dauthi Voidwalker, but it is better. It's a better main deck threat than Dauthi Voidwalker, and that's kind of like all it takes, right? Or good alongside it too. I have a Fury now. Another thing too is like one big thing is also like the ring. Like I didn't really take into account like how big the ring was going to be, which is weird because I thought the ring was going to be really big, but I just kind of forgot to account for how good Bowmaster is against rings specifically, which is very easy to do because never played with either card before. It's hard to like think about this card in a ring metagame, but this card is definitely way better in a ring metagame. Okay, feels good to beat Scam. I'm not sure if the matchup is actually like particularly good, but I think if we're gonna play like a reanimator deck, this kind of build is best against it. Okay, we have one of Daredevil here. Let's keep this hand. Street Wraith could be anything. Let's Thoughtseize. It's really bad if my cookbook gets Spell Pierce. I don't have second untap land anyways. Maybe in Snippet. I think I might save that deck because I don't think it's going to be the Pro Tour deck, right? So I may save that deck until like right before we leave. If that makes sense. Just trying to like play the more fun decks closer to the Pro Tour. Okay, second cookbook is nice. Pretty likely have a counter spell. Gonna draw a Grief for Thoughtseize, I guess. Could be good to hold the Thoughtseize to draw one more land. 2 counter spells and a Murktide Regent. Walk into a bar. Could draw an Asmo, could draw an Urza Saga, a Grief, another Thoughtseize. I think we're just going to pass here. Good chance they end up being able to go Murktide Regent with Counterspell up next turn. They might even counter my... Or second food end of turn. They might even counter my Bone Shards. Exiles Blood Moon that they cannot play. Definitely one nice thing about being mono black is you're just not very soft to Blood Moon. So there's Murktide Regent, Counterspell Mystery card. Down to 15. Be pretty surprised if they don't play a Murktide here, but they may not want to play a 6/6 Murktide against the cookbook deck. But I'm gonna have enough food that I'm gonna be able to kill a Murktide. Yeah, Saga, Asmo, Grief, Thoughtseize. Even Profane Tutor is kind of fine. Well, I kind of regret saying even Profane Tutor is kind of fine, but... Bone Shards will be... I mean, my opponent's just not going to counter the Bone Shards. Oh my gosh. Maybe they will if I tap my last cookbook. I'm still actually kind of happy if they do counter it. Obviously. Yeah, I was just thinking I wanted to get my food tokens before. So dumb. Sorry, y'all. We've burned through 2 counter spells and a Spell Pierce, though. I guess they're also just not dead to my Emrakul is the problem. They sack. Yeah, but I can gain 3 life now. Okay, so we'll... Emrakul, discard, target. Yeah, I can gain 3 up to 10. Next turn we have Profane Tutor coming off suspend. So we're dead to Lightning Bolt. Although we're not dead to Lightning Bolt if they just don't cast... They have to cast it like right now. They don't have it now. We go to 10. They go to 1. And the next turn we can just Asmo kill their board. We did lose... Oh, so we Profane Tutor Asmo, then we discard whatever we draw. My Kingdom for Brutality. They also have the Ragavan still, but the Ragavan's not a problem. We also get to get out of Lightning Bolt range, which is nice. They probably have an Unholy Heat in their hands. So at 4, their hand is Ragavan Mystery card. Here's the Ragavan. If I draw a land, I can Cookbook back Asmo, cast Asmo. I can also just draw an Asmo, I guess. Cool game. But it's at 1. Cool. So I wonder if I'm ever in this matchup just like, I'm going to cut the Goryos and the Emrakuls. I'm going to bring in the Bone Shards, Bowmasters, Spellbomb, down a swamp, up a caves. Could bring a Needle for explosives. And they're going to have all these like Flusterstorms and like Graveyard Hate cards that we just don't care about. What deck was last week? It was this one. We lost round 1, then we conceded at 1-0 to make a lot of changes. Now we're here. I missed the caves. Okay. Just a misinput, huh? Well, I guess I went the swamp over the Overgrown Tomb. Slightly worse game that game too. Yeah. I think this makes sense. Where like they're going to board in all these Flusterstorms. They're going to board in their Graveyard Hate pieces. And then we just get to juke that really well, I think. The Needle's for explosives. I wonder if we could play an extra card in our... We could have like a Shieldred or something. Like more rings, maybe. Yeah, this is like finally the first 1 copy of Ring. But it's just because we're a Profane Tutor deck. Tutor comes down turn 4. I can keep this. A lot of good draws. Pretty keeps their 7. What is Street Wraith for? If you cycle it, you can cast Asmo. Unicorn, 14 months, thank you. Am I more nervous or excited for the PT? Neither. I am here to kill. Yeah, look and see, there's a Tormod's Crypt we just don't care about. Yeah, I can take just Lightning Bolt to consider, then Nihil Spellbomb can control that Murktide for a little while. Shout out to them not playing there. Crypt on turn 1 also. Well, I guess they could just cast the Murktide this turn, huh? I also needle my cookbook. Oh, wonderfully drew Iteration. Yeah, maybe they drew Crypt off Bauble. That makes sense. The Binding My Needle's really tough. Just not casting it. Is Teferi really bad against this deck? It's good against this deck. Subs Profane Tutor. Good against Goryos. Thankfully, those decks are on the decline a little bit. Can't use that one at least. Let's cycle the Street Wraith, see what we draw before I make any more decisions. Although we're basically always making a Saga token, I think. I think we're getting a cookbook. Can maybe get us Nihil Spellbomb in the other one. Cast into the fire, petty theft, exile target artifact. Okay. Let them use their treasure now. Well, maybe we could have waited and then next turn like made a Saga token in response to all this too. They maybe cast a 5/5 Murktide here. Asmo would be a nice pickup. They got 2 cards. Yeah, I think I was wrong to fight when I did over the crypts and stuff. So we go to 1. I guess even if we draw an Asmo, I don't know if we're getting out of this. They also stow 2 cards in their hand. Okay, we didn't draw the Asmo, so we'll go to game 3. Could draw like Bone Shards too. I think I like our sideboard plan. I'm gonna go down a Gemstone. Things will likely be better on the play too. Maybe we'll draw a Bowmaster this game. How does it feel compared to mono black control version? It's a bit too early to say. You know, higher variance for sure, but more powerful. That's probably pretty easy to say. This hand is great. Opponent on a Multi 6. So I can needle the explosives. I think I feel pretty content to just take explosives, cast into the fire though with this Urza Saga. Could also take it to consider. Leave them with cast into the fire. So they have Counterspell, Spell Pierce, 3 mystery cards. Is Cast into Fire meme or real tech? Neither, I don't know. People always act like a card is either like terrible or good, but Cast into Fire is like a really medium but fine shatter effect, right? Good Asmo this turn. I think I tend to like to play Asmo after I have food in play and can kill creatures against Murktide if possible. It's pretty good. I'm going to make another construct this turn though. Gab, thanks for the raid. Following your footsteps a little bit, playing some Goryos. Asmo today. I know my opponent's Counterspell, Spell Pierce, Ragavan, so let's just not be scared of last card Lightning Bolt, I think. They could have also already killed the construct. Yeah, one Daredevil's kind of funny. You're always really happy to draw the first one, and you don't have to draw extra copies. With Grief, like maybe you could get more in. Could go down on Street Wraiths, up on Daredevils, maybe. Lesser known as probably Murktide. It could be a lot of things. Could be another Counterspell, could be a Spell Pierce, could be Murktide. Could be second Ragavan. Could be Flusterstorm. You could probably trim a land for Daredevil. I don't know. It's with the Malakir Rebirth, I'm really not that interested in cutting any lands. With 4 Rebirth, 4 Saga. So I didn't get the explosives because we discarded one our needle for explosives. I mean, I kind of needed the cookbook anyways. Maybe they'll crack the explosives main phase, play Ragavan, and then not have Delirium. I can Bowmaster with the Bobble Trigger on the stack, kill both. I guess I don't know why they're main phasing this though. Seems like they're gonna hold up Spell Pierce instead of casting Ragavan. But I'll just Bowmaster. Okay, not gonna play the cookbook into a Spell Pierce. If I draw a land, which I didn't. So it has Counterspell, Spell Pierce, Ragavan, then 2 mystery cards after the draw step. Should be beating a Murktide. Let's get them to tap a mana. Maybe. Okay. They counterspell Asmo, they're dead. I'm not. They have to have bolts or heat. Surfer 2 months. Thank you. Okay. Beating Scam into Murktide feels pretty good too. It's all oftentimes like the problem for the combo decks like this is that you're soft to the Ragavan decks, but I think if this build's pretty good against that. Mulligan. Keep, put back second cookbook. 4 Emrakul's made? Yeah, we have 4 Goryo's Vengeances. What the fuck? Excuse me, you main deck Grafdigger's Cage? Come on, dude. At least make it Needle if you're gonna hedge against Yawgmoth. Alright, let's just top deck our Goryos. Must be a Saga target? Yeah, I know, but still. Oh, there, hedge against Yawg with main deck Cage is madness. I think. I guess we're... Well... I didn't think they were going to attack with the Frogmite. I think against the Frogmite attack, I should block, take 13. Good shape if we draw Asmo, good shape if we draw Goryos. Certainly worse shape otherwise, but we can maybe just trade trades till... Oh, well... Too free for the bean. They have... Okay, they do have a... Oh, but they're just dead to my construct, though. Because I can make it a 5/5. Cage is probably a game. Yeah, maybe the Cage is better than I think. Just, you know, always feels bad when you play a deck like this, and you just play against Affinity player, main deck Cage. But it maybe feels good to beat it, huh? Just classic Spike complaining into... Goryo's my opponent. Complaining to draw perfects. I hear Bowmaster is really good against Affinity too. Maybe another just transformative sideboard game, or just like cut the combo game. I feel like we could maybe flesh out the transformative sideboard idea a bit more as well. Do I want the second Bone Shards? Probably not with no Emrakuls in the deck. Maybe over like Thoughtseize 4 is probably fine. Ring feels way too slow against Affinity? What are you talking about? You never get to turn 4 against Affinity? 1 copy is definitely staying in. They can easy turn 3 kill. If they easy turn 3 kill you, 1 copy of the ring in your deck is not hurting you very much. We have 1 copy. If they easily turn 3 kill you, you're not winning that game anyways, I guess, right? Like the first copy is like just definitely good to play. I really want to Bowmaster this turn against like the Thoughtcast Thought Monitor deck, so maybe we'll not cycle Street Wraith. I guess I could draw my own Urza Saga though. All right, we'll turn 1 Profane Tutor now. What's a good sample size to determine for you, at least if the deck is competitive? I don't know. That's a good question, but I'm not sure what my answer is. 1 F&M, yeah, that's a good answer. The Nihil Cookbook. Play a drum. Take down the Profane Tutor. Good, a draw. Maybe it's better to kill their land, the other land. No, it's just too bad if they have a 0 drop to kill the other land. Man, wanted to get my Bowmasters down. I mean, I could have turned 1 if it was right to turn 1. I do think I'm gonna get another Haywire Mite, or maybe I get a Saga. Yeah, I'll just get a Saga. Oh, they have a counterspell? Metallic Rebukes that every affinity player plays, which is good against spells. Okay, we'll just go Bowmaster, kill Mid-Mite. Urborg is kind of scary against cranial plating, I guess. Get a land. A drum. 1 more card. Think it's ring them for second block? Yeah. It just makes it a bit easier for them. How do I feel about casting this Grief? I think it's probably fine. Yeah, feeling good. Maybe okay to hold Bowmasters, but I'm kind of racing. Also, just like love that they probably have like 7 Troll 2s in their deck that just get they take 4. They Thought Monitor dice, they take 2. Yeah, it just seemed like they thought long enough on their turn that they had a spell there. I can't activate Cookbook because there's a Needle, otherwise I would play it in Cookbook back to Mite or Grief. Just hold for now. 2 cards in their hand. One of them is Springleaf Drum. Bet we get Metallic Rebuked here. They're down to 8, which is kind of an obnoxious life total because we have 7 power. Draw another Bowmaster. Tap in blue. Oh no, opponent! Oh no! Is this the right line by them? I don't think so. Oh no. Okay. So they're at 6. Forgot the army. So if I send them with everything, they have to block the orc army here. Then they can go block an army, take 4. That's probably okay. Although is that it's probably just better to not with the orcs though, because then they can maybe get out of this with a Thought Monitor. Can't we just Mite the Companion? We can't. This is still non-creature, despite every time there's an artifact creature in play. Chatters want me to Mite it. Okay. Beat the main deck cage, huh? Gemstone Caverns deck. Sounds good though. Can use Bone Shards to discard outlet on turn 3 if we draw a land. Is the 1 ring for clickbait? Well, we had 4 rings and we're down to 1. Wanting to play a lower curve and still want 1 copy as a Profane Tutor target. It's like a particularly good Profane Tutor target too, because Tutor comes down turn 4. They run into an issue where yield during an opponent's turn, yields through yours. Yeah, there's lag there. You have to kind of be careful about it sometimes. Suspends glimpse of tomorrow. That's funny. So I cannot brief this turn and Goryo's because I don't have a creature to target or a planeswalker for Bone Shards. I don't think I'm too scared of Glimpse, so let's just suspend Profane Tutor here. Pass back. I guess their suspending Glimpse is not very good also if they have no permanents. So they're going for a Fable, which plays right into my hands. What do I want, though? I have no idea. I think just any black card to pitch to Grief now that I have a Bone Shards target is fine. I guess Cookbook is a bit better. Just get Cookbook. If they have 2 Force of Negations, we can lose. How about none Force of Negations? So we'll probably just get Grief next turn. That next Profane Tutor to kill him. Yeah, up against Glimpse. Although they can maybe spin their 1 permanent into like the Omniscience or something. Emrakul doesn't actually do it. Hold Ankit Asmo. Grief is better because it has Menace and this ETB effect, right? Not really sure why you want to get Asmo instead. Okay, on the draw, I'm going to bring in this. I think I need to play a Haywire Mite in case they're on ley lines. I don't really think they're on ley lines, though. Mr. Sari, thank you. We'll do. Yeah, if you feel like you have if you feel like Scales is super good, Mr. Sari, you've got a good build. You know, maybe message me. I don't know if I'm going to be playing a lot more of it off stream, maybe a little bit. Running out of time. Still have a lot of limited cramming to do. All right, let's do this, I guess. Is it maybe better to take Emrakul to loot the deck? No, you don't. I guess it maybe. I mean, is it the same thing? No, it's not the same thing. I don't know. Do you have a favorite deck in Modern you played? Yeah, this is Sultai Gifts and Given deck with Uro and Field of the Dead, Mystic Sanctuary. Love that deck. Yeah, it was better to take the Emrakul. I think we're just pitching the Street Wraith here. Although maybe like the Daredevil is just so unimportant in this matchup, but it also lets our constructs get big. 2 Besagers, huh? I kind of just want to take the Spyros. Is that crazy? I mean, they don't even have double red. You can have a Spyro. Also, some restaurants? Yeah, I'll take some restaurants, Rex, for sure. Alright, did they draw the red source? They did. Any particular deck you're hoping to dodge when you play this current deck? I don't know. Not sure yet. A little bit early to say that, I think. Draw Cascade Spell? Boy, was the top of my opponent's library kind to them. Maybe the glimpse will be less kind. Plenty kind. Game 3. Deck with counterspells? I don't know. We kind of crushed Murktide earlier. Counterspells are pretty easy to play around, I think. I can keep this. I like that we have a cook. We do have Haywire Mite in the deck. It's very good start for my opponent, obviously. But I can get a cookbook. I can throw an Emrakul at my opponent on turn 4 with this game, which will hopefully be good enough. Turn 3 if I draw an Emrakul, I guess. If this is turn 2, Leyline, Gemstones, Garden, Cascade, good beats. Not as soon as turn 2. The one of Mite drawn? Well, this kind of sucks. They have 2 agents? What a draw. We have outs, though. I mean, we're going to throw an Emrakul at the next turn, potentially. Which is... maybe trades Emrakuls. I have the Seasoned Pyre. Maybe let's take the Spyro because of Omniscience. Do they not? Why are they casting the Spyro? So there is a mystery card. The mystery card was a Violent Outburst is why. Okay. Oh my gosh. Ridiculous. Crazy game. Okay, let's get a 4-1 prediction going. Oh, I think I did mess up by not taking the Seasoned Pyromancer. Maybe. I still have Asmo. I maybe win. I maybe don't win. Okay, we'll just go Fetch Swamp, Grief, Pitch, Thoughtseize, Scam. Cannot seem to message me on Twitter. Okay, I don't know why that'd be the case, Mr. Sari. Maybe Twitter being weird, but I shouldn't have you blocked or anything. I don't care about their Eldrazi. Do I care about their Chalices? Yeah. Let me see if there's anything. Make sure you're not like accidentally blocked or something, but it's not just Mr. Sari. Let's see. We can guess the Thoughtseize here. Yeah, we'll take the Reshaper. Could be fine to take the Mind Stone too. Could just Asmo the Thoughtnuts here. Here comes Mind Stone. Not Seer, Vincent, Emrakul. I'll just discard Emrakul, discard the card, Asmo the Thought Not Seer. Like, I don't have a Goryo, so I'm not married to this Emrakul. Main deck Relic? It's good to know. Okay. Good old E-Tron. Just the Eldrazi sucks so much. Like, Colorless Tron is like kind of a fine shell. I tried to build like Colorless Tron without the Eldrazi a few times. I don't think it really works. You're missing like a couple good cards. Man, the Eldrazi are also bad. They're just dead, right? Just dead. I agree Mono Black No Coffers looks mid, but it's been really good. Okay, so let's definitely bring in a Needle. Not sure how many Mites I want. One Bone Shards. Don't want the Spellbomb. Maybe just one Mite. Special has Ward discard. I mean, I'm just attacking them for lethal. But Ward is, I believe, only on... It's not Ward, it's when it's targeted by a spell, not spells or abilities. It's been a while since I've played against Smasher. Mulligan this one. Opponent kept 7. I keep... Oh. I really want to turn 1 Grief and play Urza Saga and go Grief and then just start making tokens. The problem is I'm on a mulligan, so if I do this, then I think I'm going to put back the lands and then exile Asmo. So if I draw like Emrakul, then I'll kind of be off this plan. I don't think there's any draw that like kind of puts me off like the Grief turn 1 plan. I'll just try to draw land. I think is fine. Okay, I drew Emrakul, but my opponent played Relic. So maybe I should have played Malakir Rebirth as a land this turn. Kind of don't think so. I think I'm still going for this. Relic doesn't stop this because I get just exile the Rebirth. So let's take Dismember and Karn. I think we take Dismember and Karn. Maybe I should be scared of Ugin. Although I could make me make tokens. I have to find Tron. We'll take the Karn. Obviously hoping to draw a land. That was yeah, the tower. So wastes. Oh, second Emrakul. Their hand is wastes and Ugin and mystery card. So we're not going to get to make Saga tokens. This was a pretty difficult game to sequence. Could have just been better to not scam Grief last turn, play Rebirth tapped. Mindstone. Grief may also go the distance, or like most of the distance. Wait, maybe a little low on resources. Do like needling the Relic. With 2 Emrakuls in hand. Silex, huh? So probably sack their Mindstone. I don't know if I like their decision to Thoughtseer here, because now if they Silex on 4, I get to draw a card. Maybe they can just race, though. Let me not play the Verdant Catacombs, because I want my opponent to pop the Silex, but if they see that it's stopping my fetch land in hand, they're like a little less inclined to pop it. I may be losing the race to the Crawling Barons. I give him for 6, then 8. Yeah, I'm losing the race right now. But they didn't activate Crawling Barons. They're gonna block. Okay, we'll pass back, I think. Attacking and trading Grief for Barons is maybe fine. We just die. If they just like chill forever, it's kind of fine. Oh, the Silex is so good. Probably gonna concede in a second. Hard to imagine we get out of this one. Yeah, we maybe have too many 15 drops in the deck. Yeah, we'll concede to Tron plus Barons. Go to game 3. Run it. Yeah, Silex passively turns off fetch lands. This card's okay. Kind of awkward in your Chalice of the Void deck to play that card, though. I do really like it if we just have Cookbook, Goryo's Emrakul. They just can't stop us from throwing an Emrakul at them turn 2. I guess turn 2 Emrakul can just be beaten, too. Okay, we'll keep this. Any chance... I guess you just get Verdant Catacombs. There's no way I need 2 black next turn with the Urborg. I played versus White Black Bowmaster, Scamless Knight Hat, game 2 had Shieldred and Norn. I mean, we played a deck super similar to that. So, like, without, like, a deck list or anything, it doesn't sound like anything we haven't tried before. They have Natty Tron. I guess we're taking the ring, then. Flashfire, Twitch Prime, thank you. Goryos. Kind of like a Goryos. Bring stuff back from the yard, right? Would Wasteland be safe in Modern? No, go home. Go away, Legacy player. Go away, Legacy player. Stop asking silly questions. I don't play Legacy at all. Okay, well, it would be too good. Yeah, I think it might be a little too good. 2/2, 3/3/4/4. I guess I want to be able to make this a 6/6, so we're trading off of a double block. I'm gonna Needle Blast Zone here, I think, unless I draw Goryos. Okay, Blast Zone. 7 power, turn 3, 1 for each mana. I like that I know they have 8 mana Ugin in their deck. We're really resilient to that right here. Man, look at Mind Stone cycling with just 1 tap of Urza's Tower. We have a Blast Zone and 4 mystery cards. What about Rashad Import? I don't know. People always be like, I don't think Rashad Import or Back to Basics would be broken in Modern. Those cards suck to play against and with. They're so slow. They're so unfun. Magic, like, let's just, like, can we not, like, pointlessly entertain these super unfun mana denial cards? Obviously, some of them currently exist, but that's way different from, like, adding new ones to the format. Chalice one? You're probably Chalice 2, right? I know I have Emrakul. Daniel, 2 months, thank you. I mean, there's Blood Moon. It's just like this whole like, oh, but Blood Moon exists is so bad. It's such a bad argument. Like, unfun cards currently existing is not a good argument for printing other unfun cards into a format. It's a pretty good turn for them. Wasn't Krakus considered for me? I mean, that card is also would have been a really terrible addition. So you don't need to discard anything yet. Play a fetch land with Back to Basics out. You can still get your basics. Blood Moon's Mountain. I just, you don't understand my argument, Orvars. If this is something you're still saying, it's saying you don't understand my argument. If you're still trying to say stuff like this, my argument is that like, the presence of other unfun cards existing is not a good argument for your unfun, miserable card to be added to Modern. It's just not a good argument. Another card is worse. It's not a good argument. I do have a Mite in the deck, right? Yeah. So we can Goryo's next turn. I got that. I'm just only to the point the Blood Moon is more impressive. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like I don't even disagree, but it's irrelevant. It's just completely irrelevant if Blood Moon is more impressive or not. It's completely irrelevant is what I'm trying to hammer through. They could have double activated to make me tap the cookbook. Maybe they have something else to do. Yeah, that's something else. Plays the Blast Zone. Still needled though. Not sure that my opponent can beat 2 constructs here, but I really don't think they can beat Goryos. Okay, 4-1 this first league. Let's go again. Losing just a glimpse feels fine.